they have the capability to detect all flight movements from south of Thailand to central Peninsular Malaya. And now if they tell us they are not able to do so, then I said, why are they not releasing the information? What have they seen from the radar data?
So do you think the government knows what happened to the plane, to MH370?
I believe they know. There's no way for a Minister of Defense to say, we do not know the reading of the radar. Now, that is why we're directing the question specifically to him. We raise this question in Parliament. We ask for the setting up of a select committee to allow for thorough discussions for us to support the government efforts and initiative. But they have rejected. We asked for a debate in Parliament. This was even rejected. So we can't have a system, a parliamentary system, without accountability.
Do you think it's just that they're covering up that they were incompetent, or do you think that they're covering up something more nefarious?
Initially, I thought it's just pure incompetence. But when they continue to conceal information, I have grounds to be more suspicious. And I have demanded this open public explanation and a release of this information.
And one of the theories out there is that the pilot deliberately did something to this plane. Obviously, you're familiar with that theory. But the theory that I'm talking about, the motive behind it is you, that you were removed from the political arena. He was a big supporter of yours, and that he brought this plane down in protest. Do you believe that could be true?
Aaron, all right, millions of Malaysians disgusted by the manner the media has been orchestrated, the judiciary has been used by the government to punish opposition leaders. It's not me. There are 5, 6 members of parliament in the row to be punished or imprisoned or to be denied their seat. People, and there's an issue of fraud in the elections, in the electoral process. We won 52% of the popular vote. I mean, it's not a question of people having motive. I mean, people are disgruntled. You take any cab or taxi in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, most of them are just disgusted with the government. But then they do not hijack taxis. And similarly about the plane. I'm not denying the fact that I know him. He is a man who has strong passion for democracy, for rule of law.
We're talking about the pilot
disgusted,
here.
But the pilot, Zahari, the pilot, it's true. And I've had discussions with him. He is also related to my daughter-in-law. I'm not denying this. I have no problem with that. But then there's no shred of evidence to suggest that has that motive. And we can't therefore cast aspersions and condemn an innocent man. I've gone through that. I'm now sentenced to 5 years of imprisonment pending appeal. I understand that. But I don't think other Malaysians should have to endure this injustice.
And what can you tell us about the pilot, Zahari Shah? What more? I mean, obviously you know him, and he was a supporter of yours. You had time and taught him. What can you tell people around the world who are everyone wants to know about this man who is at the helm?
This is a senior pilot, and you ask Malaysian Airlines, impeccable credentials and track record. A great professional. That was why in many of our party meetings, people, naturally turn to him. He's a very senior pilot, a very great professional, and we know him. I've discussed with him. He was very clear in his position against the fraud in the last elections, and known to be very disgusted with the manner the Court of Appeal, the judiciary being used, ignoring facts and law, just to punish me and sentence me to 5 years imprisonment. But he is also a good, great family person. If he supports our party, our position is totally against violence, perpetrators of violence or terrorism. We have taken a strong stance. We believe in rule of law and constitutional change. So I think his only crime is to support democratic reforms.